everybody, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm just a couple minutes early to let Cheryl, Mama P, come get me and put me into the Patchwork of Friendship event over in the Crafty Bunch. So, welcome. I'm going to try to use my iPad to read comments because you've seen, I got a different setup. Trying to get my sewing machine into it. So we'll see how it works. No promises, but hopefully I can see comments. There it is. There they are. Volume off. Okay, hopefully I can see this. It should be big enough. Let's see. Hey, Cheryl. I don't see any comments on here, so this might not help me at all. Thanks for having me again, Cheryl. I love this event. I know I'm in it for a year, but thank you anyway. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Rose, Rebecca. Oh, my goodness. Sherry. Oh, Carol Stinson. Oh, here they are. Yay. Okay, it's just a little bit delayed because it's really hard to see that far up. So, yeah, I got my camera a little bit different today, hoping that it can kind of get the sewing in as well as the other stuff. So behind you, you're seeing the rest of my house. I've told you it's a small house. I craft right there in my what's supposed to be a kitchen eating area. It's just me. I don't eat in the kitchen. This is my kitchen. That's my living area. And that door over there is the door to my bedroom. This is my house. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Rebecca Shuffler. Y'all, is this not event just super? This event is just wonderful. Hey, Dina. I love everything about it. So I'm so glad that I got a chance to get into it. All right, there's Pam Dvorak. I can't open my quilt for you guys and surprise us all because I didn't get it yet. But I will open it on my page when I do get it. And I'll share it over into the Crafty Bunch when I do get it. But, I mean, some of you saw Mary White working on it, so you know it's there. That's okay. But it was fun to watch Lisa open mine. It's fun to watch somebody open something you make for them, isn't it? You know, at Christmas time when you give presents, it's fun to watch people open what you gave them and see if they like them. I don't know, I guess I'm just a little, what's the word? Old? Hey, Karen, I gotta leave these on, don't I? There's Glenda Ledford. Vicki Lynn's here. Carol Benke. Oh my gosh, their comments are going so fast, I'm missing them. So give me another chance. If I didn't catch you the first time, say hi again. And thank you for being here. Kathy Angel. Oh, thanks, Carol. Thank you so much. I had the best time making that, you guys. And I'm having fun making this one for Teresa at Jeremiah Dreams. So this one is for Teresa at Jeremiah. Sentimental, Vicki. Yes, you know me too well. You know me too well, Vicki. So yes, this one's for Teresa at Jeremiah Dreams. And she's a new friend of mine. And she's a new friend of mine because of Mama P and this event. So I already made a new friend, right? So that's good. She sent me a little, or she sent, we all filled out these little forms that said a little bit about ourselves and, you know, what we liked, what we did for fun, stuff like that. So I got this I printed this off for Teresa. And she says she has two cats, 1 dog. She has children, grandchildren. She likes to paint, sew. She likes to play the piano. She likes flowers. She likes to sing. See, we're friends already. She's interested in scripture, writing devotionals, hummingbirds, and old churches. So, and then she's got a lot of other things over here. She likes contemporary Christian music. She wants to be wherever her kids are. You know, don't we all? And she likes Reba and some other TV shows. I love Reba. Right now I'm watching Happy's Place. So cute. So cute. Reba's so cute. So, some of you saw not long ago. Oh, thanks, Trisha. Thanks for sprinkling me into Paper Bling and All the Things. You guys, Paper Bling and All the Things is my membership group, my free membership group, where you can go and post the stuff that you're doing. So feel free to go over there and join us over there and post your things. Roberta, your message was hidden from me, but I unhid it. That was weird. Hi, Lori. How are you? Linda Glenham, I hope I said that right. Debbie's here. Hey Lisa, Crafting and Cruising, how you doing? And y'all, I'm gonna apologize right now because I can't find my printout and I can't remember who's after me. So if anybody knows, they're welcome to share. Okay, well, Jeremiah Dreams. You know, that makes me want to sing. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Then I'll be Cinderella stitching. You know, did you watch that movie when you were a kid? Okay, forget it. I have already started. You might have seen a few weeks ago when I found out that Teresa liked old churches. I went on to Pinterest and looked for pictures of old churches that maybe I could copy and paint or watercolor or whatever. And I found this one. Well, this isn't the one I found, but it was similar to this. And I have already made a live, and I did a hashtag Patchwork of Friendship. So when the event's over, if you go to that hashtag, you can see everything that's happened in this event so far. Anybody that's hashtagged the event. So you can see where I did this painting. And this is going to be the main piece of my quilt block. And this is it. And if you saw me make it, you know that I took the picture from Pinterest and took my light board and sketched out the base of it, the bones of it, so to speak, from the light board onto watercolor paper. And then I proceeded to take my watercolors and my favorite micron pens and just start playing. And this is what this was my third attempt. I didn't really like my first attempt. My second attempt was much better, but then I liked this one. So this was my third attempt. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. So that's gonna be the main portion of her block, and then we're gonna work around this. And I'll show you what kind of things I'm gonna use, because we all know that I'm not gonna get done. But I'll show you the stuff that I'm thinking about putting on my block. And let me pull my sewing machine out of the way, because I don't need it yet. Scooch, scooch, scooch. All right, this is a 12 by 12 square of poster board paper. And that's what I used for Lisa's, as the base of Lisa's last time. So I wouldn't be working right on top of the fabric muslin that I have to attach it all to. But I also have that cut out, and that's a 12.5 by 12.5 piece of muslin. And this is what all my squares will be on, so that if the person wants to connect them somehow, you know, I don't know when you get all your squares from different people, whether you'd be able to physically sew them together. I doubt that, seriously. That wasn't the point of this. The point of this was mostly to make new friendships, and secondly, to share your love of whatever it is you love to do. And I love to do it all, so it wasn't hard for me. So this is 12.5 by 12.5, and when it's finalized, this goes on top of my muslin like that, and we'll leave that extra part to where, you know, they could, I don't know, put it in a book, or I don't know, but whatever they want to do. I just hope she likes it. Okay, so if that's my main piece, let me show you what else I want to get into this. I have this silver cross. Can you see it? It was in my charm box, so it had that opening on the top for the what do you call the the ring that goes in there to attach it to jewelry. Oh my goodness, jump ring. It has the hole for the jump ring, but I closed that hole up with a little piece of Totally Dazzled. So that's a little sparkle on top. And I'm going to end up, when this is all said and done, attaching that to my painting where I put the cross. So that's going to be kind of like a 3D effect on the cross. So that's going to go on. And I've also got, let me show you, this wooden cross that I got in a package from Roberta's son Jesse that does the cutouts. And he did this set, and it had this one on it. So there was 3 on there. So I pulled this one off, and I'm going to use that somewhere on here. All right. I also have cut myself out. Let me try to see some of these. I wish I had Trisha here reading my comments, but she is so busy. So busy. There you are, hidden again. Why do you keep getting hidden from me, Roberta? I don't know what's going on. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Thanks, Joan. Jumping, I came to be eventually, Rebecca. You know how bad I am with remembering. There's Stacy. Yes, we do hope Joan's feeling better. I cut out a watercolor tag, and that's going to go here somewhere. I don't know if I'll attach it with a bulb pin or what. I know that I'll be putting some of Trisha's seam binding in the hole. I'm not sure if I'll do gray or blue or both through the hole to make the tie, but that will go on here somewhere. I'm just showing you some of the elements. I'm not going to show you everything because just like Lisa said earlier, we want you to be surprised a little bit when you get it. And when you open it and you show it, you'll say, oh, I didn't see her do that part. So I've got that. And then of course, I have to do my, my quilt label. So I'll write Patchwork of Quilt on that in my, whatever it is, penmanship that I have, and the date. And then, I typed this out into Canva and made it into a column, the words into a column. See what I'm talking about? Just like, it's just like when I designed the page, I think I designed it 2 by 12. So the words would print like that. And then I put 2 hummingbirds, one on top and one on the bottom because she likes hummingbirds. Teresa likes hummingbirds. And then I printed it on some of Trisha's pretty paper because Teresa likes blue. So I chose some of the blue mottled paper to print it out on. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna fold it into 3s so that, well, let me go ahead and do it. I'm gonna fold it into 3s and then I'll show you what I'm thinking it will do. And it's not gonna be exact. I'm not measuring, but probably about like that. And then about like that. So I'm going to fold it like that, but when I put it on my quilt square, I'm going to leave it with the fold, and I'm going to put it on my page almost flush to the picture. But I'm not going to sew it or glue it down all the way because I want it to flip open. That part will be down. And then I want it to flip open because I'm going to make something that's going to go inside there. I'm thinking of maybe some kind of a small, tall and skinny notepad. Not a lot of pages because I don't want it to be real thick, but some kind of tall and skinny notepad that will slide into that with maybe a hidden paper clip or something. I won't get to that today for sure. But that's the plan there. All right, so then I've been working, you guys. I've been thinking about this for a while. Hey, Sue Melma. Let me see. What am I missing? I know she's coming up as hidden, and I keep hitting the unhide button. There, I hit that one again. I'm not sure why it's hiding her comments, because she's my best friend. Her comments should come up. She doesn't even come up on my list of friends. Well, you know that she's had problems with her page. If you follow Roberta, you know that she's had major, major problems with not just her Facebook page, but her life in general when it comes to identity crisis. So she's working frantically to get passwords changed and everything. So keep her in your prayers. It's a lot. I've never seen anybody get so many hacks at the same time. I feel so bad for her. Hey, Jen. So if you don't see her for a while, that's what's going on. But we're going to try to get her going again real quick. Okay, so I found this today on Digital Deco Designs, which I am an affiliate for, and the link is in my link tree if you're interested in any of these. I found this piece, and it was a digital, and I bought it and downloaded it, and I thought it was so pretty. It's got, it is well with my soul on it. I'm not using the whole thing. I think I will use the whole thing on something, but since I bought it as a digital, I can print it as much as I want. But I am going to take a piece of it, and I'm going to decoupage this cross instead of painting it. And I think I'm gonna take like the flowers here at the bottom and let me see if that works. Let me get this out of the way. I'm gonna try to get this piece right here. So I'm gonna put the cross down and I'm going to mark around it and then try to do my best to cut it properly. I thought it would be cute with decoupage instead of me painting it. You know, I paint the wood stuff all the time, but this would just be something different. And this paper has flowers. And again, Teresa likes flowers. So I'm trying to do little things that she really likes. Yes, Roberta got it really bad, you guys. She doesn't know how, nobody knows how, but she got it really, really bad. And I mean, the biggest thing for us as her followers is, you know, her page. So she's going to have to start over. So when she does, I will put her page up and we can get her going right away. Belle's Craft and Vintage Marketplace. Hi, how are you? Tell me who you are. Hey, Nyla, how are you? All right, let me cut this out and let's see how it looks. I was gonna just glue it on and use my gator, but I mean, this is just a small cross. I thought it would be a lot of sanding to try to get that off, so we'll just cut it and see what happens. Y'all, I know that you've seen Trisha's working hard over in our store, and Trisha's Pretty Papers. Oh my goodness, she's made some of the prettiest spring things. So next time, if you're watching me on Crafty Bunch, next time you come over to Bev's Creating with Love and Whimsy, you can see what she's posted. It's also pretty. I think it's mostly sold out, but she does keep making all the time, so you can be assured that it will come back. All right, let's see what we got. I think that's a pretty piece that cut out. It's got some of the flowers and it's got the pretty colors. And if I didn't cut it too big and I decoupage it on like that, I think that'll be pretty. And then put that on here somewhere. I don't know, maybe on top of the blue or maybe on the tag. Maybe on the tag when we make the tag. So we get that put down. I'll just dab a little bit of glue stick on it now so that it won't fly away and I'll lose it. I don't want to lose it. Come on. And then I'll decoupage it on if I get a chance with you guys, if not afterwards. And get that done. And then the tag, I'm thinking this paper is so pretty, why don't I just cover the paper with this and or cover the tag I cut out of watercolor paper with this. I'm not sure I can get the birds on there, but I might could get one of them on there. Maybe the yellow bird. I'm thinking upside down. Do you see me thinking upside down? Hi, Simone. Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put it, let me cut part of this out. I want the yellow, I wanted it all, but the tag is only so big. So I know I want the yellow bird, and then of course some of the music paper. So, and this, I just printed out on my regular paper. I didn't use anything, I didn't use rice paper because I'm just making a tag out of it. So I didn't want to really waste a piece of rice paper on a tag. But I'm thinking like that. Let me get my Mod Podge and let's do it. Then maybe we can do a little sewing. Get some of these pieces done. Put the bird on an angle. Now that I've cut it, it's not going to be able to go on much of an angle, but I could have. But I think this will be pretty. I think it'll still be okay, Sherry. Getting better each day. Good. We've been worried about you, Joan. Joan had that terrible flu. She's been sick. A lot of friends haven't been feeling well this month. It's been a hard month out there. And this cold, damp weather that we're having anyway, I don't know about you, I don't think it helps. You know, because you have to go out. Well, I guess you don't have to, but... All right, I'm going to layer that on here. Come on. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And we'll cut the rest out. I think that'll be good. And then, whoa, I changed my thread on my sewing machine today, so there's thread all over my kitchen island. Hopefully it won't be in my supper tonight. Especially since I don't know what supper is yet. I should have put this paper on my tag before I cut my tag with my tag punch. It would have cut it out so much easier. That's okay. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Y'all watch the clock for me because I only have 45 minutes. I started at 3:30, right? So 4:15, is that right? Yeah. That's a pretty tag. I think that's a pretty tag. So that will go on here somewhere. I don't know if it'll go on with a sewing machine or probably with a ball pen. Probably attached to the muslin. But we can go ahead and put the seam binding through. And I'm thinking since she likes blue, I'm going to use both of these and put it through. I changed my bobbin, Carol. Yes, ma'am. What else have I missed here? Thank you, Sherry. Thanks, Carol. Finding out where everybody lives. I'm in South Carolina. Anybody live here with me? It's not very... South Carolina, usually I would say it's so pretty here. It's just been so wet and cold this year. Ooh. So wet and cold. I think it's the coldest, wettest winter I've ever lived in South Carolina. I lived in Ohio, so I know what bad weather is, but for South Carolina, I definitely think this is the coldest and wettest it's ever been. I think I'll just tie this on and see how it looks, and that will be the tag. And then we'll start sewing some of these pieces on. See what it looks like. Get them tight. I'll probably be putting my key. You know, I always put a little key on everything, so I'll probably be putting a key on that. And I'm not sure about the cross, but it matches. That might be cute attached to the bottom of it, that cross, although it kind of blends in with the paper now that I put it on the same paper. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, let me get this out of the way for now. I use this for my Mod Podge because it's in one of those gallon jugs. And those gallon jugs take up so much space in my house, I keep it in the garage. So I still have some of this paper left that I can use for something else, so don't throw that away. Oh, and I have these too. Look at these, are cute. I got them on Amazon, and it's all different colored filigree. It's a metal. It's a really thin metal filigree hummingbirds, and it's all different colors. So I might put one or two of those when I get finished as top dressing, so to speak. Okay, let's get some of this started. I want to stitch some lines in my church. I want to stitch some of the lines that I drew with my permanent pen. You know, I want to kind of do some stitching like on the boards of the church, how they come up. Just straight, not zigzag. And then go around the outside and maybe around the door. So let's try to do that. And I'm gonna stitch it onto this a little bit first to get it in place before I get my muslin out, because I'm afraid it would start really moving on the muslin if I try to do it all at once. And I was gonna put it on this side, but then I thought I want my little thing to open, so I'm gonna put it on that side, so I have my little flip out over here. So let's just start with that. So I think the safest thing to do, since I don't want my paper to move much, and I don't want to glue it down really. I could, but I don't really want to. Why take chances of getting glue in your machine if you don't have to? So I'm just going to kind of hold it in place and start the stitching right on the house, or right on the door. That way it'll be kind of centered. It won't be able to go anywhere. It won't be able to move, I don't think. Let's put a couple stitches in there just to see. It's lined up pretty good up there. I could put a little pin. I think that's okay. All right. The thing about sewing on paper, I love to do it, but you really can only do it once, because if you get your stitches in the wrong place and you take them out, your next set of stitches is going to make your paper more vulnerable to tearing, you know, so you don't want to have to keep stitching a whole lot. Let me see what I'm missing here. Who's going to Washington? I'll be right there. I want to go. I've never been to Washington. Good for you, Simone. Stacy, you've had influenza A. Oh my goodness, hon. I'll be praying for you. That's horrible. January, that's a long time to be sick. My printed paper. I'm sorry, Carol, I missed that. Are you talking about this printed paper? The paper comes from my store. Trisha dyes our paper. And then I printed it myself from something I made on Canva. I use Canva a lot. Aren't the hummingbirds pretty? I'd be there in a skinny minute if I could, Vicki. I'd love to go to Washington State. Dennis says it's beautiful. I went to many places with him during his career, but I never got to go to Washington State. And he said he always told me that it was one of the prettiest states he visited, and he'd been to almost every state, so someday maybe. I'm getting old, so I can't keep saying someday, you know? Okay, let's see what this is gonna look like. I'm using a gray and white variegated thread, so I'll put a row in and I'll let you see it. See what you think. And I'm gonna go down and back stitch a little bit. And I'm using a pretty long stitch. On this machine, this is just a mechanical machine, it's not computerized. I'm using the largest, almost the largest stitch you can do for like a basting stitch. It's a 4. I think I'm gonna go down to about a 3.5. And I'm using just a straight stitch, because I want to follow my drawing lines. I'll show you as soon as I get the door done, the door finished. And I'm going to lift my presser foot, keep my needle down in my paper. And this thread has a little shimmer to it, which I think is pretty. I don't go fast when I sew on paper. Some people fly through when they sew on paper. I don't. I go fast when I sew on fabric, but I don't go fast when I sew on paper. All right, it is trying to slip a little bit, so that's why I wanted to start in the middle. Line it back up. Okay, as soon as I get the roof done, I'll take it out and show you. Not the roof, the top of the door. Top of the door window. Where I made the stained glass. I like the shimmer in the thread. I think you will too. All right, let me pull it out and show you. And when I sew on paper, I like to leave threads. I don't leave them all, but I like to leave some. See if you can see the shimmer around the door. It's not real obvious, but it is there. And of course you can see the back where I stitched. The back thread, the bobbin thread is just a gray. It's not variegated. I kept the variegated for the top of it. So you really can't see a whole lot. I think I'm gonna do my next, I think I'm gonna do the outside of the church in a double row so that you really see it. So let's try that. I'm gonna go across the roof in a double. I'm gonna go backspace, backspace. I'm gonna go back stitch, up, back stitch to get it thicker. I hope I don't tear the paper, but I wanna see if it shows up more. So let's try it. What am I missing? See what I'm missing. Okay, so I went all the way up. Now I'm gonna go all the way back. This is dangerous because it could make the paper tear, but I'm gonna just cross my fingers. And then I'm gonna come down and do the, what do they call that, the eave, where the wood comes down, the fascia of the roof. Ooh, that was a little fast. Okay, and I'm gonna come up to the top roof piece and do the same thing here. Let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna back stitch. It's hard to back stitch and keep it in the same place. All right, let's see if that shows up any better. I mean, you can see it if you're here in the room with me, but it's hard for you to see on the phone. See what you think. If you can see, it's right there and there. And I kind of did a double row. But you can see the double row on the back way better. But it is holding the church painting in place. I'm really happy about that. So let's see, I don't want to spend all my time stitching. Gosh, I only have 15 minutes. 45 minutes goes so fast, Cheryl. It goes so fast. But I understand you got a lot of people to get through. You don't have a choice. I'm gonna go down, back stitch. Okay, then come down and get You like the stained glass window? That was my first stained glass window. Turned out pretty good. Thank you. All right, let me get this piece. And then I'm gonna move on to something else. I do think that helped. I think you can see it better. And I'll decide later what threads I'm cutting and what threads I'm not cutting. But that's gonna hold the church on, and I'll show you the back to where you can really see. Now, truth be told, if I wasn't careful and pulled on this, this would tear off because it's sewn paper. You're stitching holes in paper. You're making perforations. So you have to be gentle with it. It's not something that, you know, you can throw around and use and flip around. You just gotta do it and then leave it alone and be careful. But I think it's gonna be good. Let's attach this, because what I'm thinking on this piece, because I want to be able to tuck something in there like I told you. I think I'm gonna make something that goes in there. I know I am. So I'm thinking if I sewed it down just on this edge, and then this would flap out, I probably should glue this down. Probably should glue that down a little bit. I think I will. Let me get my glue. It's right here in my studio. Oh, I'm back. I know I make fun of my little house, but it is what it is, you guys. It's a little house. I'm going to glue this down. You're in the 50s in Maryland. We're supposed to be in the 60s this week, so I have hopes that the worst of our winter is about over. We're supposed to, I mean, it won't stay in the 60s, but we're supposed to have our first little fake spring. We usually get 1 or 2 fake springs in South Carolina before the real thing comes along. It's just been so windy. You know, the cold, I don't think the cold would bother me as much if it wasn't so windy. And that's the way it is up in Ohio, too, when I lived up in Toledo. Whew, the wind would just blow you over. All right. So if I take this, it's going to leave some white. That's what I didn't want to happen. It's going to leave some white down there. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, if it doesn't leave white there, it's going to leave white on the inside. See, there's about 1/4 of an inch either one way or the other. So what I could do is put some seam binding on the end first, and then put that. So the seam binding would be my edge piece. Oh, let's see what I got over in my seam binding tray of trays. Maybe right here on top, that blue. She likes blue. You see, I've got all the dark colors. I haven't gotten the spring colors yet, but I saw them on my page, so I'll be getting them soon. I'm stitching, this is, like I said, a mechanical, and I'm stitching at a 3.5. So I'm gonna say it's probably a 3/8 of an inch, maybe, stitch. I didn't want to go too much smaller. I didn't want to go too much bigger either. Causing for freezing drizzle Tuesday night. Ooh. Yeah, I don't miss that. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's stitch some seam binding all the way down the edge. I'm going to hold it in place. It's crinkled. That's okay. I'm going to stitch the end and then go around and stitch the other end. So let me do that. So let me start down here. Work my way back up. Flat. There we go. Right on the edge of my paper almost. All right. Here we go, loop-de-loo. And I'm not back stitching because I'm going to come back over it. I hope this looks good. I think it will. I didn't change my thread because I want to keep that gray. I think it goes nice with the church. The way it wants to slip slide away. Okay, I think that's gonna work, you guys. It's better when I stand up. See if I can fold my paper up. Can't see my clock. Oh gosh. I thought I'd get way more than this done. All right, see what you think. If I have that, yeah, I think that'll do it. Because then I can come right in here and it will just exactly meet. I think that'll do it. What do you guys think? Looks like a little border too. I might have to come over here and border this side, although you don't have to. I don't always do stuff matchy-matchy. Okay. Let's see, how much more am I gonna get done? I'm gonna get 5 minutes done, so let me at least get this on so you can see my flippy. I'm gonna zigzag this so that these pieces are gonna stick together. Well, my hope is that I'm gonna zigzag this and these pieces are going to stay together. That's my hope. So we're gonna put a little glue right down the center to try to hold it in place so that it doesn't slip slide too much. And I'm bringing it all the way up the top because down here is where my quilt label will go on the bottom. So I've got it lined up to the top pretty good. Oh, thank you, Carol. I just hope she likes it. I like doing these. I like meeting people and learning what they, you know, what they do, what's in their minds, what they think. Oh, I just love it. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Let's see. I'm gonna do it this way since this will be the easiest side to go in. I'm gonna put my needle right in between my two pieces of paper. I'm gonna put it over on zigzag and put my needle right in the center of those, where the two pieces of paper meet, right on the center. Here we go. Back it up. Okay. And I'm just running it right down the middle, the center of my presser foot, you know where that opening is? I'm just running it right down that. Hopefully it's gonna stay straight. That glue hopefully will hold the blue piece. I say hopefully a lot, don't I? Hopefully. And any white that's showing at the end, you know, I can definitely get my inks out and ink those down. Okay, you guys, there it is. I zigzagged it, so this is down, this is down. That's gonna be a flap. I'm going to eventually sew that and that so that it would just be an opening to slide something in. And like I said before, this is where my Patchwork of Friendship will be that I write out. I still have a couple minutes. Okay, so that's that. Moving, it's making progress. Let me see if anybody's saying anything. I try, Carol, I try. Hey, Rula, how are you? I'm telling you what, Facebook is causing some issues lately for a lot of people. Hey, Missy, thank you. Thank you so much. You like to sew on paper, Liz? I do too. I hadn't done it in a long time. And then when Mama Sue, when Cheryl announced that she was going to do this event and I was lucky enough to get a place in it, I pulled that machine out so fast I couldn't see straight because I was so excited to get it back out. I mean, I used to sew all the time, not on paper, but I used to sew, you know, pillows and purses and da 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 da. So it's fun to have it back out again. Like I needed to do something else, right? I mean, I needed another hobby, but it's good. All right. I think I'm okay on comments. I think. Okay. So this is what we have so far. I'm looking at my clock. I got like 2 minutes. You guys just refresh your screen if you're in the Crafty Bunch. If you're not in the Crafty Bunch, when I get off here at 4:15, sorry, my clock's on the stove, go over to the Crafty Bunch and see who's next, because it's going to be all day today. So this is going to be for Teresa at Jeremiah Dreams. I've got a lot to do on it. I'll be doing it either on live or recorded with the hashtag Patchwork of Friendship. And if you go to that hashtag Patchwork of Friendship in your search bar, you can see where I painted the church. So you'll be able to see that whole live. There's some chit-chatting in the beginning, so if you don't like chit-chatting, just kind of bypass the chit-chatting, but that's what we do at Begs Creating Love and Whimsy. So if you're not over there, come over and give us a follow. We would love to have you in our group of chit-chatty, crafty friends. All right, let me say hi and bye to everybody. Let me look at this. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Yolanda. Thanks, Liz. Well, you know, I don't think I would be so excited to use my, what I call my good machine, my Bernina on paper, just because I never felt comfortable doing that. But this little baby, I mean, she was less than $100, and she's a Janome. It's a good little machine. I think I got it at Joann's, but I'm sure you can get them on Amazon or anything. And it's mechanical, but it does, you know, it has how many stitches? I don't know, 6 or 12 stitches. So it's a good little machine. Thanks, Carol Stinson. I'm glad you did. Thanks, Heidi. Thanks, Joan. Feel better, hon. Everybody, if you're not feeling well, please feel better. And, you know, keep in touch and let us know how you're doing. Thanks, Stacy. You feel better too, Stacy. All right, you guys, you better go. Check the next one out. I love you guys lots and lots and lots. I don't think I can throw hearts from this far away, but I'll try. Nope, can't do it. Love you. Bye-bye.